Previously on the Jay and Dan podcast.
We gotta go.
Are you dying?
Are you a chameleon now?
Are you dying on us?
Will Dan live?
Yes.
Tune in to the next podcast.
Episode 41. Will Dan live? Will we get pizza? And more Tesh tips. Tune in.
You're listening to the Jay and Dan podcast.
Dance. Dance. It's episode 41 of the Jay and Dan podcast.
Brought to you by Arnold Palmer's. Half and half.
That's it?
I wanted a legit one that maybe we could land a sponsor because it's a great refreshing beverage for the summer.
I love Arnold Palmer's. Oh, here's Mike Gentili.
I can take the cash for the pizza.
This is it, guys.
Okay, if you listen to
This is
episode
happening.
40.
Just
So what
make
we're doing
sure.
here is
just in case, Gentili.
we
there you
tape
go.
episode 40, that our last podcast with TSN. This is an added bonus. We figured we'd add another one on since we have the studio here. We have the crew and everyone willing to take part. So
Yeah.
it's like the DVD extras.
Yeah. We're maybe even going to do two podcasts over the course of the next little while. So it could be episode 40 and episode 41 and 42.
And
Why not, eh?
And if you're listening, you're probably thinking, well, is the podcast going to continue when we move to Los Angeles?
Right.
We're right now in the process of just figuring all that out. It will continue in some form.
Yeah, we will definitely continue the podcast. Trust me on that, Big City Ken.
So we called for pizza on episode 40,
That's
and now
right.
we're just, I think it's arriving now.
Yeah, the question was, did the people at the pizza place believe that I really wanted pizza, or did they think I was just with them? And no, we really wanted pizza, and it turns out that they are delivering it, and Mike Gentili's going down to get it right
And
now.
Jeremy Taggart from Our Lady Peace is here again.
Jeremy's here. Jeremy, how are you? You fired up about the za?
I'm very excited. I can't wait to dig into it. I hope it's not too hot and burn the roof of my mouth. I hate when that happens.
Oh, that's the worst. It really is.
So we're calling this kind of a best of / clip show. You have
Yeah.
to enunciate clip when you say it.
Yeah.
I went to Great Clips once, and the woman had a bit of an accent, and she...
Are you talking about my?
She said a part of the when she said, welcome to Great Clips.
Oh, she's learning the language.
It was...
Well, here's an idea. Maybe stop going to Great Clips
Hey.
and to First Choice
Again,
Haircutters.
Haircut's a haircut is a haircut.
No.
You got pretty fancy hair for a guy who goes to hair clips or whatever it's called.
Yeah. That'd be a good name, actually.
Hair clips.
Oh, the pizza guy's here.
Pizzas.
This is
Here
exciting
comes.
stuff,
I am,
guys.
and he-
Here we go. He's coming into the
fresh.
studio. Hot, piping hot pizza.
He's
Oh,
about-
Pizza.
how are you?
Oh.
It's so nice to see you. What is your name, sir?
Sam.
Hi, Sam. Great.
Sam's about 5'7".
Thank you, Sam.
Nice looking guy.
Sam, how is tonight?
Oh, it's the best.
The best.
Every night is the best pizza.
Every
that
night?
smells good.
Is there a
Oh, this is
possibility
great.
we could get this pizza a little better tasting?
Thank you, Sam. Sam, you're
Thanks,
taking
Sam.
off? Okay.
Hey.
Goodbye, Sam.
Wow, Sam.
I was trying to get some stuff.
We love you, Sam. We were trying to get some drugs.
He was worried about getting a parking ticket.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. We don't.
I started my pitch and he was gone.
We don't want him to get a parking ticket. This looks good, guys.
So
let's
let's,
see what.
uh,
Okay, what do we have here? We've got, I think, a pepperoni and.
I want the you
This is it. This is it, Toolsy. Here we go.
Okay.
And we have a Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Do we have anything
That's it.
to
Ooh,
clean
that
up
looks
the mess?
delicious, actually. Toolsy's just diving right
This
into
is like
it.
yeah, he's crushing it already.
Toolsy,
It's gonna burn
Toolsy,
your
you're
mouth.
gonna hurt. You're gonna kill
You're
yourself.
gonna do that thing. He did it. Did you burn your mouth?
Yeah. How's the roof of your mouth, Toolsy?
We're going to listen to some of our favorite clips that we air throughout the podcast and explain their origins.
Oh, and
So
Silly's got some napkins.
this is a chance for you to catch up.
Yeah.
Pass that Hawaiian joint over here.
If someone doesn't want to listen to all 40 podcasts, you say, hey, listen to episode number 41, and they explain everything, and then you can save some time.
Yeah, you get a taste of what we're up to on the podcast. Boy, this Hawaiian is delicious.
Hey, Taggart, throw me over some
Hawaiian?
some pepper tulsa.
Oh,
That's
pepper
mine,
dul-
Pete.
Here you go, bye.
Son of a...
Go. Okay, so what should we listen to first, Christoph?
Why don't we go to the top of the list, can
Yeah.
we?
First few minutes of the very first podcast we did.
No, I Are we listening to that? I thought we were I thought we were just listening to. I meant this list here of the clips.
No. We've got it right here.
Okay.
It's on
Are you
the
guys
rundown.
are you guys afraid?
Jesus.
Are you afraid if you feel like you haven't come a long way if you hear this and it's
I am a little, well, I'm not afraid. I'm just more intrigued, I'd say. Yeah, like what did the first few minutes of the first podcast sound like?
Were you nervous on the first one?
Let's find out.
Let's hear it.
Dance.
Well, it's the start.
Dance. This, the funny thing is, welcome to the Jay and Dan podcast, brought to you by Mark's Perfectly Pressed Shirts. So we're happy to have Mark's on board as a sponsor. Jay Onright, Dan O'Toole from Sports Center. Couple of things. That's the wrong music. We asked for music from our coverage of Euro 2012, and that is not the right music. We sort of we had a good little bit going over the summer with the whole dance thing, but it was to a different European music bed. This is the wrong one. So right off the top, the podcast is ruined.
I think it's par for the course.
Yeah, that's okay. We're thrilled to be here with you. We don't know what we're doing, and it'll show.
My mother's pretty excited. I told her, "Hey, Jay and I are taping a podcast." She said, "What's a podcast?" And I told her I didn't have much of an explanation. I said, "It's kind of like radio, but it's not."
Then you just punched her right in the face.
That's right.
Can't believe you don't know what it is, Mom. You never supported me. Actually, what the best comment I keep getting from people is, "Oh, way to get on board with the podcast thing right off the top, guys." We're like the last guys to do a podcast. That's it. Everyone else has done one. Your mom probably is doing a podcast, and she just pretended she didn't know what podcasts were just so she didn't hurt your feelings.
She's like, "What a loser. I can't believe they're the last ones."
They're the last ones to do a podcast? What is our podcast going to be about, Dan?
It's going to be about, I think we're all going to learn a little something about ourselves.
We're listening to the whole thing.
This is awesome. We're doing a podcast.
So here, can I interject?
We're listening to a podcast.
See, now I know what you're talking about. Okay. See, I thought we were going to go through all the clips, like all the sound bites.
Toolsy, it says here on the rundown that Mike Gentili put together.
I know. But here, listen. So I thought we were going to, what I wanted to do was go through all the sound bites and explain their origins.
We are going to do
that's
that.
later.
Yeah, that's later.
This is just the
Hey,
beginning.
take it easy.
So confused.
Jeez. If you'd show up for rehearsal, you'd know this stuff.
This peach isn't the best.
I think it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
You can get extras. We didn't get any.
Yeah.
I tried, but you guys made him leave.
Here's a good pizza place. It's in my phone here.
Oh, great. Let's move on to the. Move on to the story of Why Not, eh? This is a famous one. Why not, eh?
If you're in the Bowmanville, Ontario area,
No, we don't want to
go
know
to
this.
Stefano's.
Man.
Stefano's. Awesome pizza.
All right, great. All right, so Why Not, eh? The story of Why Not, eh? Kate McKenna is our reporter from TSN who goes on the CFL train tour. She's been on the tour the entire time. She'll be there right until it gets to Toronto. And she is reporting on each stop of the train tour. CFL Kate. I believe it's at CFL Kate on Twitter.
Yes.
So you can follow what she does. She's fantastic. By the way, she looks identical to Kate Burness.
They could
Sounds
be
like her.
sisters.
They really could. So she reports from all these stops. She was in Edmonton on this particular stop. And she was reporting on a couple that had painted their house in Edmonton Eskimo colors. Take a listen to this.
Well, number one, the house needed a paint job. It's like 100 and something years old. We had a chance to pick up this green and gold paint, pretty reasonable. So we said, why not, eh? For the Eskimos.
Okay, we need to play that
that's
again.
awesome.
And I want you to play that again, and then afterward, Dan had an
we have a bit
Everton
more?
English Premier League soccer highlight pack. I want you to listen to Dan trying his very best.
Well, this is
to
the
not
first
laugh.
time I'd ever seen it. I'd ever heard of it. And so it just...
It was incredible. I loved his reaction to this. So listen again. Afterward, you'll hear Dan trying to stifle a laugh.
Well, number one, the house needed a paint job. It's like 100 and something years old. We had a chance to pick up this green and gold paint, pretty reasonable. So we said, why not, eh? For the Eskimos.
Why not, eh?
Why not? Hey?
These are Everton highlights, by the way.
Everton, Newcastle. Okay, there was an offside. That one is the crossbar. Goals and reward. The ball clearly crossed the line, though. Play carries on. Why not, eh?
Is that Paul Bettany? Is he the manager?
Scores! Everton has the lead. Moments later, ball deflects to
Denbaba. That's another one I always like. Denbaba.
That was funny.
That was great.
This Pete's overrated.
That woman was that a clip that was on SportsCenter?
It was the CFL train tour. So they would just stop all over Canada, and they found this woman who painted her entire house in green and gold. And
it was the dinosaur train. You've seen that show?
Absolutely, yeah. I watched that with the kids. What the
Dinosaur train.
Dinosaur train.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
This is for the demographic that has kids. I feel like a fatherly elitist with Dan. That's what that is.
That's all right, though. So is Gentili.
Yeah.
Fatherly elitist.
We watch it. We all watch it, man.
I have to say, this is kind of fun. We're eating pizza all together.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not
a little
sweating.
hot, Toolsy?
I'd like to let it cool down in here.
Oh, Toolsy's getting the pits.
No, we're good so far.
Toolsy's getting the waterfall pits.
Some of this pizza's really bad, and one of them is all right.
Yeah, the Hawaiian.
This Hawaiian one's all right.
The Hawaiian one's pretty
What's
good.
everyone's take on this pizza?
Anybody?
It's okay.
Not so good, Al.
It's okay.
Pizza Nova's better.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, well.
Might be.
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza's
that's
garbage.
That's bad.
Yeah, they had their chance to sponsor us. We would have lied.
That guy was handsome, though.
Who?
The guy, what's his name?
Sam.
Sam.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had some shorts on.
His hair was feathered. He had feathered hair. He kind of looked like the dad on Life of Pi.
I never saw that movie.
Okay, I have to see who the dad on Life of Pi was. Like the dad on Life of Pi.
Now, okay,
you know him?
So I'm on the rundown now.
Ow. Hi.
We did Rod Smith Does Bane last show. So we aren't going to do it. We're crossing that one out, right?
There was some
Do
extra...
we have more examples of that, Christoph?
There was some more Rod on the banks.
Ooh, we have Taggart's first appearance?
You could listen to that. Let's give that a go. Poor Christoph. Poor Christoph's like all over the place. I'm sorry, Christoph. Okay, we got Taggart. All right, so this is Taggart's first appearance on the podcast.
We have our third guest on the show, and he is the drummer for Our Lady Peace. His name is Jeremy Taggart. Jeremy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, fellas?
Good to see you. You don't live too far from the studios, do you?
No, I'm about 15 minutes up the old EVP.
The old Don Valley Farm.
This
4 from where I am.
This is a new record. 3 guests on one podcast, I think.
That's true. No, we've had 3 guests before.
It is like speed dating.
Yeah, it is a
Mike,
little
our
bit.
producer.
It's a little bit like that. What's going on with you guys right now? You spent a whole summer of touring and
Yes.
touring and touring.
We did all the festival circuits that are available, and did a bunch of shows all over.
Did
and
we wake
actually,
you up from a
even
nap
went
to come on
to
this?
wonderful London. Talking about music, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great
It's all serious. Show at Canada Day, which was pretty amazing.
That's where our podcast
Trying to keep it
segment.
cool for that side of stuff, you know.
So
I wasn't ready to break it up yet.
With us, or the Canadian High Consulate.
Let's listen back.
So, what was the reaction like?
25,000 crazy Canadians and wannabe Canadians,
That's
which was
so fun.
pretty exciting. It was pretty cool to be in London and like see this mass of people and like people that like, you know, were drinking beer and just pretending to be Canadian as much as they could.
We found out while we were in Trafalgar Square that you can't put porta potties in Trafalgar Square.
That's true, Jeremy. Like, we had our broadcast site set up there.
I saw that, yeah.
And it was great. It was a beautiful broadcast site, nice background, had Big Ben in the background.
Yeah.
But they didn't think to actually get toilets for us.
We had no toilets.
We had no toilets whatsoever. So
All day.
So we'd
Like
be
the British Open announcer. Apparently he doesn't go to the bathroom all morning and day and night.
But now, does he put like an adult diaper on
No,
her?
he just has little sips of water. He lets it come out the pores.
Little sips.
I'm not kidding. That, you know, the old announcer, like, on the tee, Tiger Woods. He's got that high voice.
Yeah.
And he just sips. You see, we can't do that.
You're crushing the energy drink.
We're drinking the energy drinks all day. So
see.
O'Toole literally would be, we'd be doing this 2-hour show, and O'Toole would be like, "Oh, I really gotta go. I really gotta pee."
You got to get your poker diapers.
Well, then we would have to get empty Starbucks cups, and Dan would fill them up with his hot urine as soon as the. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Where's the Starbucks cups?
Venti. Give me a venti over here.
Sorry, Sky Italia. I used their broadcast.
What do you give me talls for? I can't do 2 talls.
Well, that's the thing, and Dan's not joking. Literally, Sky Sports Italia was right next to us, but they showed up the first day of the game.
Taggart's first appearance on the podcast.
Who knew I would just sleep out there on the couch and show up again the next week?
I love going back. I want our voices to be different or something. It was less than a year ago that this happened. Yeah, that's true. Hey, welcome to the first Jay and Dan podcast.
It's like, you guys want to make $5 each from now on? I'll do this again.
I have to find the old tapes from my overtime show. And by the way, 2 podcasts ago, we played the commercial from NorthStar Ford.
Oh. It's a good dealership.
The Marty Giles one, in which he was looking for the guys who stole the rims from the trucks and stuff.
Yeah, did they ever find those guys?
So I called there today, talked to the receptionist. Marty was not
NorthStar Ford, Marty speaking.
Marty was not in.
Oh, okay.
So I said, that commercial's from a few years ago. And she said, yes. I said, did you ever find the people? And she says, I don't think so.
I'm actually surprised someone didn't rat them out.
I know. I didn't speak to Marty. He's going to be giving me a call back at some point, but it's going to be too late.
Oh, this podcast is continuing.
And we're eating pizza that was delivered in 2 parts, which is awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Out of 10.
The Life of Pi Dad was awesome. He could floaty
Sam.
swims.
We've all got a crush on Sam.
Can you feather your hair like that on Saturday?
Can we get an added bonus to this podcast and call up my brother Sean? Because
oh, sure, yeah. We want to find out what he thinks of John Tortorella, right?
It's late news. It's old news now, but we also I wanted to get a sunflower seed story from him, in which again, it's my mangled childhood story. Why are you sitting over the corner?
Is this?
I'm chewing.
Yeah, he's chewing. Is this to better your past or to make it a little darker?
No, it's
some
not
of these
darker.
stories aren't helping you for the oddities.
Mangled childhood intro. Oh, let's listen to that.
Oh, let's hear this.
I wasn't allowed to watch Three's Company.
What? Oh, what?
There was only 4 kids in my grade, and I was the only boy, so. Dad rubbed mud on all wounds.
Guess that'll be for another time on O'Toole's Mangled Childhood.
Who's gonna die this week?
That is one of the great intros you guys ever did,
That's
Michael.
very good.
Christoph, that was awesome.
My Pet Monster, again, just a great song.
You love that song.
My Pet Monster.
I'm guessing when you make a 3-foot putt, that song is playing in your head. Just your happy place.
No, I don't think I've ever sang that song on a golf course.
You should try it, man. You just pound it down the center every time.
My oldest brother, Sean O'Toole, joins us on the phone. Sean, before we get... Why are we hearing an echo? Hello?
Hello?
Why are we hearing an echo?
I don't know.
Well, you don't
what
have
are you gonna do?
You don't have your BlackBerry to blame anymore because you're on an iPhone.
I know it works, but I guess there's an echo.
Now, you mentioned you and your buddy Joel, you have browsing races. Who can pull up stuff quicker on his brand new BlackBerry as opposed to your iPhone, and who usually wins?
The iPhone wins, and that'd be my phone.
Okay. We wanted to discuss the sunflower seed story.
I'm sorry? What was that? I couldn't hear.
Sunflower seed story.
Oh, jeez.
Could you please describe what happened that afternoon?
I was eating sunflowers and you were a little small child. I don't know. How old were you? 5 or maybe 5 or 6?
I believe I was about 10 or 12.
Oh, you seem small. Anyway, I was eating the sunflowers and teasing you with them, and I said I'd give you one, but close your eyes. And I was thinking of where's places to put it, and I put it just sitting on the edge of your nostril, in your nose, and you went to get it and shoved it right up in there.
Wow. I thought you were going to say you put your in his mouth, Sean.
Jeez.
I have to admit, that was the first thing I'm
Where
sorry.
does that come from?
Jeez, blue tonight.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? So this went right up your nose, right to the hospital then?
So here's the thing. So you have to go to the hospital because you'd breathe and it would just rattle around. You'd feel the sunflower seed. So they have to go in with the biggest tweezers you've ever seen in your life. Kind of like Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger pulls that thing out of his nose and take the sunflower seed out. Did you ever get in trouble for doing this to me?
I was in massive. Yeah.
What happened?
I think I had to go to church twice that weekend.
That's awesome.
Okay.
You gotta save the massive line. Yeah, you gotta hear that again. That was unreal. I was in massive.
That was good.
Please tell us again. Sean, we've described before, is a Vancouver Canucks season ticket holder.
Yep.
So big news. It's now 2 weeks ago that John Tortorella was hired as the Vancouver Canucks head coach. Your take on your new head coach?
I've always been a fan of Torts, and I just love that he's going to come into town and get the Twinkies to play as hard as they can. Mm-hmm. You might shake up the country club thing, but it was seat relocation day yesterday.
Oh.
And for season ticket holders, and never seen so many seats. I think a lot of season ticket holders walked.
Wow. Oh, so quite a few up for grabs. Now, is there like a waiting list, Sean, for Canucks season tickets? Yeah.
Yeah, so that will go on, and I'm sure, we'll see what the demand is if they fill up, but I'm sure they will. There's no other game in town, but the city is, it's actually, I think they're more excited that Torts is in town. And it should be great. I can't wait. He's being nice to the media so far, but hopefully that changes.
Yeah, I hope that changes too. I hope he tears the strip off Farhan.
He was on his best behavior on the announcement, but how about the news conference? That just killed me. Tortsy's all sitting there. He's calm and cool, skinny and tanned, and then they pan over to Gillis. And it looks like he's going to explode. It looks like someone dumped chicken grease all over him. And
well, did you actually hear him at one point? Someone asked him a question. He says, sorry, I was falling asleep there. He actually said that during the news conference.
And he was sweating too, Sean. Gillis was sweating visibly during the conference.
He was sweating like crazy. He must have drank 4 bottles of water. He was constantly drinking water. So I don't know if he was on a bender the night before or what the heck's going on with that guy. He doesn't look well.
He's never looked well in his life. As soon as he got hired, we were like, who's this guy with the bags under his eyes?
When the flood stuff was happening and Mayor Nenshi in Calgary went on CBC, they started a nap for Nenshi. They should start a hashtag nap for Gillis. Like, he needs a week long.
Yeah, just crash for like a week, Gillis. Go into a hyperbaric chamber and just sleep.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Sean.
My pleasure. Good luck in California.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
That's Sean O'Toole. And Christoph said he had a clip of Sean talking about his BlackBerry. What kind of phone are you talking on? Because you need to fix that phone.
It's actually a BlackBerry that was dropped in the toilet once.
Oh, that's Vince.
I'm stuck in a 3-year contract.
Thanks, Vince.
Thanks, Vince.
Okay, I can't email anything with an M in it.
He was hilarious.
I haven't had video on it in a while.
Yeah. You enjoying that pizza, Toolsy? You're just crushing slice after slice.
You said you hated it.
It's horrible.
Yeah, but you're eating it constantly.
It's in front of me.
I didn't know you were.
Katie shakes
I didn't know
her
you were
head.
so contestual with your pizza.
Yeah, why are you so contestual?
I told you, I found the best pizza place on earth.
Kobayashi.
Stefano's in Bowmanville.
So if you're in
So
Bowmanville,
you're pretending this is that or
if
something?
you're heading to the Bowmanville Zoo, see Maggie the monkey's.
Is she still alive?
She's still alive, and her boobs are on the floor.
Where?
Maggie the monkey's at the Bowmanville Zoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Charles. Oh, he's big time. He's Toronto Zoo.
Oh, that the monkey, the IKEA monkey,
the gorilla, Charles the gorilla.
Oh, I don't, oh, is that-
famous one at the zoo. Oh, forget it.
I don't know
He
that.
paints. Famous painter.
Really?
Yes.
He does paintings?
Yes, he's a genius.
We all know
Very
what song,
passionate about this. I love it.
we all know what song goes through your head whenever you hear the name Charles.
What's going on here?
Right said Fred.
Charles in charge.
Oh, right.
You
I thought something
don't
was gonna-
automatically sing that in your head?
I don't.
Not really.
Gotta be
wasn't there a
honest.
character on that who said, "I gotta brush my teeth" as his like catchphrase?
That was how he would get out of the room.
Yeah, like or just like that. Everyone would laugh. After,
Was it Willie?
I gotta brush my teeth.
Was it Willie Ames?
I don't
Or
know.
was
the
it
guy with the curly hair? His stupid friend.
Willie Ames? Yeah, he was on 8 is Enough.
That sounds like
Yeah.
someone who was
Oh yeah, there it is.
massively addicted to drugs. I gotta brush my teeth.
Well, Willie Ames was massively addicted to drugs, and then he became born again, I think, and then started in movies like Kirk Cameron does now.
I gotta brush my teeth. This is kind of a Bangles joint.
This is very Bangles. Did the Bangles record
Did
this?
Susanna Hoff sing this?
Boy, she was sexy in her day.
Did Prince write this for her too?
Hoffs.
In charge of me.
Who did Hoffs think she was fooling there? Prince wrote me a song. Oh, he just did that out of the goodness of his heart?
Yeah.
Fuck off, Hoffs.
Fonzie should have been in this. Fonzie.
Yeah, he would have been good.
And
Just guest stars.
And Torts. Double. Henry Winkler and Tortorella in one room. Mind blown.
Do you think that David Pratt and Torts are going to just be hitting the clubs and man? They'll be at the Roxy every night.
The theme song was composed by David Kurtz, Michael Jacobs, and Al Burton, and performed by Shandy Cinnamon.
Oh,
yeah.
They were good.
Fresh off the pole.
The theme music was mellower in the first season. It was remixed for the syndication run.
They had to jazz it up a bit.
We've done that theme probably.
Katie's here, by the way. Katie guested on a few podcasts when Christoph couldn't make it. Katie, do you mind getting on the mic just for a second and just telling us some of your thoughts about having to fill in and be with us? Really? Were you, at any point, did you think, what the hell have I gotten myself into here?
Well, knowing your reputation actually wasn't that show.
Oh.
I mean, the best way. I actually
When you
had a
say
fan-
reputation, you say mean him, right?
Mostly.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. Hey.
I guess I have been working blue a lot. I just love the freedom I have on this podcast to be myself.
But
Don't.
What was that, Tulsi?
Don't listen to what I do.
just keep us employed. That's all I ask.
Yeah, don't blow him up, huh? Don't get all Jose Canseco on the Twitter.
Yeah, what would happen, Tulsi, if all of a sudden I just went nuts on Twitter? I had like a breakdown.
Yes, that'd be.
Yeah. You start saying all this crazy stuff.
Oh, I could totally do it.
It doesn't take long to get fired with Twitter these days.
Well, this is it. You can just, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to fool around with the old 140 characters.
You want to stay away from the Twitter box. Anyway, Katie, we just want to say thank you for putting up with us, I guess, or me specifically.
It was fun. And there was so much on the cutting room floor. I wish that we could share it together.
You were part of the famous podcast where we had to cut out a large portion of it for something I said.
I think almost every podcast, maybe Stoff knows better, but I think almost every podcast we worked together on, a lot of
stuff
slicing.
on lot of cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah, that was just.
And
I love it.
Air Canada has been notified of your actions.
That's the that's the thing. Now I get tweets from people like, "Yeah, I pulled it on right on the flight today."
And then my wife was pointing out, she's like, I can only listen to the podcast when I'm alone in the car because she goes, you just can't listen with the kids in the car.
And they got the cameras, and you're coming out the flight, and it's like, bye. I saw that.
Yeah. Bye. With TMZ, because TMZ will be there, Toolsy, when we arrive at LAX.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, TMZ will be like, hey, Onright, O'Toole. We'll be like, no questions.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're already in LA, the airing of this podcast.
I will be flying to LA. I will have flown to LA today. By now, I'm probably 7 or 8 piles of cocaine deep at the Rainbow.
You and Lemmy playing the coin game.
Will we make it to air?
Yeah, I think we might. I just have to dry out a bit.
Yeah, you and your Peter Fonda ways.
Why? What was Peter Fonda into?
Everything.
Fonda, Hopper,
Kind of like
Nicholson.
Jim Morrison. Can you just hand it over? Whatever you got going there, I'll take it.
I think that's more likely to happen to Toolsy. He's played all sweet and innocent all these years, and then he heads to L.A.
I can't even, I've said this before, I can't even do Otrivin. It hurts.
I think you're doing it wrong, then.
Yep.
Yep.
Ovaltine, like...
You're supposed to take it anally, correct?
Put it in there.
Someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
It's true, Toolsy. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll have part 2 of our clip show. It'll be episode 42 next week on the Jay and Dan podcast on iTunes.
They're going home.
Dance. 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 Come on, dance. Dance. Keep dancing.
This is the Jay and Dan podcast.